Hi, this is John Griffiths here, and this is the next in the series of films I'm making about books which planners ought to be interested in. And I've already covered books about planning and books about how advertising works. This one is going to be about books which are written by account planners, which are not about account planning or advertising. I'm also excluding brands from that because I think I should do another film all about brands and the people who've written about them. So here you are in my library. And let me give you a whistle-stop tour. Now, the earliest book I could find written by a planner, not about advertising or planning, I found out first through this. This is called The Punters Revenge. It's from my stash of books which are about computer programming from years ago. And in this, it talks about somebody called Peter Jones, who produced a book called The Trainer's Record, which was a way of beating the odds in horse racing. And it was only when I started to do the interviews and discovered that Peter Jones, one of the first ever planners at Pritchard Wood and at Bowes Massimi Pollitt, had a parallel career in horse racing and therefore wrote this book, which was reissued, using hand-compiled statistics so you could beat the odds in horse racing. He then went on to have a parallel career, not only getting all the way up to the board on DDB, global board, but also becoming chairman of the Tote. Fascinating character. So that's the first book. I then move on from there to look at the new Marketing Manifesto written by John Grant, and here it is, published in 1998. Great book because it talks about the new ways in which marketing was allowing brands to get right up and close to people, and so much of the marketing which has taken place in the last 15 years, that book foreshadows. John went on from there to write a whole series of other books. There's After Image here, there is the Green Marketing Manifesto. There's also Co-Opportunity, and I think his most recent book is about Islamic brands. So John is one to watch. The next author, publishing in 1999, is the well-known Eating the Big Fish, produced by Adam Morgan, which is now in its second edition. After that, he also did The Pirate Inside, which has got a great chapter on brand wrapping, which I like, but there's a lot of good thinking in the second book as well. So Adam Morgan is the next one. And then we come on to... who next? Mark Earls, who came out with Welcome to the Creative Age, which is all about bananas and over-marketing. But then he went on to the book for which he's far better known, which is Herd Marketing. Here it is. I'm sure you'll have heard of it. And the books he's written after that have followed up that herd theme, of which more in a moment. Then from there, it's worth mentioning John Steele's Perfect Pitch. John Steele I mentioned in a previous film because of the outstanding Truth, Lies and Advertising, but he then wrote this fantastic book about new business pitches and presentations, which is the planner's way of thinking about doing it, and it's a fantastic book which is relevant whether you work in planning or not. Then moving on from there, I should give some credence to certain other writers that have done things. I mention Egg, Bacon, Chips and Beans, produced in 2005 by Russell Davis, which is a review of CAFs around the UK. 2012, Inside a Pretty Little Head, Marketing to Women by Jane Cunningham and Philippa Roberts. There was another one I was going to draw your attention to as well, which was by Jim Taylor, called This Rigorous Magic, which is about brand ideas, but I guess I'll put that into the brand one. But that really brings me up to date. I should also mention that Sue Unerman of Mediacom had published Tell the Truth last year as well, but I haven't had a chance to read that one yet. But bringing this bang up to date, there are two new books which have come out. Adam Morgan's got a new one out called A Beautiful Constraint, which is basically challenging us to be doing positioning which is far more radical and less incremental. Then the next one, which I also don't have a copy of, is Copy, 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 the very latest one by Mark Earls. Now, the interesting thing is that when you look at this whole stream of books, which are on so many diverse topics, one of the things we noticed is that four of them, that's John Grant, Adam Morgan, Mark Earls and John Steele, all began their career working at Bose Massimi Pollitt, and that seemed to be kind of interesting. And it's one of the things that we reflect on, is in why is it that that one agency which produced in which planning started has produced quite so many authors, and what is it about the culture of that place which has been so entrepreneurial that it's encouraged people to come out with some really radical thinking which they've applied to other areas. But the reason why we're making this, just to remind you, is because of 98% Pure Potato, the book which Tracy follows myself, are crowdfunding at the moment about the origins of account planning, and hopefully because of this and promoting it, we will continue to put out films and material about planning thinking and the great planners. So if you can support it, we'd love some help. We'd still like you to go and visit unbound.co.uk and look for 98% Pure Potato and pledge to support it if you haven't already done so. And if you do that, you will get your name printed in the back of the first edition. Can't say further than that. But thank you for watching this film, and look out for the next film when it comes out. Thanks for watching. Bye.